Hello, this is Angela and Bradley of Book Sales Page, and today we're going to talk about a very simple opt-in or book sales page.
We're looking at one from Mark Dawson, who is an excellent marketer, but also most people know him from his fiction books. So I really like that he is a fiction writer, but he knows how to do marketing. So that's going to be a great combination for looking at just this one, because that's kind of rare that a fiction writer does such good marketing. So we're going to take a look at just this page today. Under 10 minutes, we'll tell you what's going on, what's right, what's wrong, and what you can do to sell more books for yourself.
Yeah, so one of the first things I want to talk about is really where people are coming from when they hit this page. So this is on Mark Dawson's website, markjdawson.com/Facebook. And so just the URL, it tells us, he's driving traffic from Facebook to get to this page to opt into his email. And so that really is the funnel process right there. And I think it's really important to note that he's driving that traffic from Facebook. So they're already seeing a little bit of ad copy. They're already seeing a visual as well before they even click over to this page. This is kind of the final step to get them to take action.
You know, what's also neat about that Facebook, I mean, he doesn't have to call it slash Facebook, but what's cool about that is that also in his stats for his site, he can then see, how much traffic this particular page is getting. And he could even take it one step further if he wanted to. I don't even know if this is a good idea, but somehow like welcome the people from Facebook. I mean, have you ever seen that where you're on a site and they have a specific landing page that they came from that site and they say, hey, Facebook user, welcome to the site. So he didn't do it. So maybe it's not a great idea because I admire what he does. But still, it's good that he has this specific page that he knows these people are coming only from Facebook to get here. So that helps him a lot to see how this page converts.
Exactly. And I like that you talked about the analytics piece to it. And then also because he is driving them specifically from Facebook, there is a reason behind the actual layout of this page. Like it's very simple, it's very clean. It has the picture of the two books that they're probably going to get with the starter library, some big text, a smaller like blurb or one-liner, and then a button so that they can go ahead and get their free books.
What's might be a little daunting for you listeners who don't have two books, and especially don't have two books to give away. What's interesting here is that I know that I think he has like 22 plus books. And so what he's really doing here is yes, he's absolutely giving these away. By the way, there's no catch. I mean, yeah, he wants your email address, but he's going to give you these books for free. And what he's really doing here is he really wants you as a reader. He wants you as a fan. He wants you on his mailing list. And because he wants you to be a fan of his, because what's a fan going to do? He's going to buy future books. So this is his, reader magnet. This is how he is drawing the reader in to become a fan. And he's given them a free taste of his work. And because he has so many books, he can give you a big taste of his work because it's two full books. And even better, these are the beginning of a series. His whole John Milton series, and this is the beginning of it. So guess what? If you really love this book and get into it, you're probably going to want the second one. And he'll happily sell it to you, and you'll happily buy it because if you're really into it, I mean, that's the whole point, right? We're writing fun books and exciting books for people who want to read fun and exciting books. So that's his goal here, is to give away these for a long-term relationship with the reader.
Exactly. And just to piggyback off of that, there is one author that I opted into his email list. He only has 6 books out right now. So the opt-in only gave me one free book, but again, it was in the series and I read it and I loved it. So I bought the next book and then I joined his fan club. And now I'm hooked. I'm just reading all of his books. And his fan club is a lot of fun. I mean, it is an advanced review team, our street team, our book launch team, whatever you want to call it. But it allows me to get in there and interact and talk about the huge like plot twists and spoiler alerts with other fans. And even though
So
I
cool.
am an author, I'm a reader as well. So I'm a huge fan. So doing stuff like this actually works. I mean, it worked on me. So
That's a really good point that you as a reader, I mean, we writers are readers too. And so we want to read books too. And if somebody's going to give me two free books, hey, I'll take the free books. And if I love it, I'll keep going.
exactly. And what I love about this is, the behind the scenes. This isn't just like, oh, okay, let me give away some books and like hope for the best. This a very thought out process. Once someone gets those free books, they probably get a welcome email with more information. So it's a whole funnel. It's not just a page; it's a whole process behind the scenes.
And here's the beginning of that process, just to show you technically a little bit what's going on. So he just wants your email address, right? And then he's going to say you'll also be added to my readers group, and you'll know the next time I've got other stuff coming. So he's not asking you to buy anything. He just says, hey, here's your free books, and more good stuff to come. So he's really playing it friendly and just giving it away. And all you need to do is then get your email, and then you'll get. And that's interesting where this goes next. That is probably a topic for another chat with me and Angela. With what now? What behind the scenes is happening? Sorry about that. What behind the scenes is happening to make all this work? How do they get their books? How do they get on the mailing list? What happens next? What's the sequence of emails coming along? And it's super important, and it's some work. It takes some work to get that done. So we can talk about that another time, how all that works. But just so you get an idea of what's happening in the beginning, here's a good view of that.
Yes. And, notice just how very simple it is. It's, just the book cover text and then, get your books in the story. And that's because that's the only thing that you should be able to do there is just go ahead and opt in and get on the email list. And that's very important for, growing your list, growing your fan base, and of course, selling more books.
So I think we can talk about this thing forever and talk about the even more that's behind the scenes, but maybe that's good for another time, and we can just leave this in its simplicity. And one more thing, I don't think we really touched on this, but one thing about this page is that there is sort of nowhere else to go here. If I scroll, I mean, this is it. So my options are like clickable options are to get the free books. I already tried this one accidentally, kind of, and if I click that, it unlikes that. So it's helpful if you wanted people to like the page, but for me, I've already liked it, so it will unlike it. That's not great. But then here, if I click on this, I get to his homepage. So that's my only option. I go to the homepage or I get the free books. Because here, if you look at the homepage, now we'll see that, okay, I think it's the exact same copy, but then now I can do all kinds of other stuff. Right now I can go look at all those other books, and I'm going to get distracted, and I might buy one or I might not. But that's the beauty of that other one, is that it's so simple. It wants you to do one thing.
Yep, and I highly recommend that. I know it can feel like you're losing out on traffic and all these other options, but you really have to stay focused when you're building a landing page and you want to get more opt-ins. Like, just show them the only thing that matters, opting in. And again, I love when you go over to his homepage that it's the same thing. That's actually
Yeah.
brilliant and something that's highly recommended for design, because then if people do click on his logo, his name, and get over to the homepage, they can still opt in real quick and then go ahead and
Yeah.
explore the rest of the site.
Yeah.
So don't feel like, just because it's just that one page that, people might need to know more about you and all this other stuff. They really don't. They just need to opt into your email list, because after all, you're not trying to sell them a book right now. You're just trying to give
Yeah.
them something for free so that
There
you
you
can
go.
turn them into a fan.
That's it. That is it. That really sums it up, Angela. That is great. This is it. This was Mark Dawson's Facebook leads to his free books, and how he does it with utter simplicity. And we could all learn something from him.